Hey y'all, this is Cyndee. I'm the Tireless Tangler. I want to welcome you back to the Inktober 2023 Tangle project. We are going to be with you every day of October with a new tangle and some way to make art out of it. Today's wonderful pattern is called Caro. It is by Lucy Farran, CZT. She is wonderful at creating patterns and a wonderful CZT and friend. She is a CZT 32 like me. This is what it looks like. It is based in a triangle form with little hearts, and it is simple to draw. And this is what it looks like in a grid format. Isn't that pretty? I love the lattice work on here. So this is what we're going to do today, and I can't wait to get started. So I think today I want to do this a little bit larger. I think I want to, oops, that's my lead. I think I want to work this inside. So I'm going to draw a straight border, or straight-ish in my case, with my pencil around this. Okay, just a simple pencil border. And then I think I'm going to do this. I think I want to make two of these, maybe sort of like this, but in a larger format. And because I want to spend some extra time with the shading. Even though we could, of course, and you are welcome to do this in a grid format and make this beautiful lattice work, it is a little time intensive. And I thought we'd give a little extra love to the tangle today by keeping it a little bit simpler. So I'm going to start just a little bit below one of these corners and draw a straight line to a little below the other one. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to aura that. And this will be the base for our triangles, okay? And then I'm just going to follow my border line. Now you don't have to leave a space between these two. You can put them right down on each other the way that I have here. Because see, it makes its own little, or did I do that this way? I don't know. We're going to find out. But the inner auras in the triangles make another little sort of borderline, and they work together really well. So we're going to find out what happens, okay? So Caro is done by putting hearts in each one of the corners of the triangle, okay? So the way I do that is I just put a little dot in the middle or center-ish area, and then I draw my hearts in, and they're going to bump the edges, okay? They don't have to be perfect, thank goodness. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Now this one's going to be a little elongated, but I think I'll put the center right here and bump the edge and come straight up like that. And like this, right? And again, it's fine that this is elongated because we're going to match what happens. The insides are going to match how we draw the triangles. So if you draw your triangles differently, this is going to look different. Bump the edge, come straight down like this. See how that goes across? And now we're going to hit this one. Yes, like that. Yeah. Now, let's aura the inside of this triangle. Okay, that an aura, remember, is just a copy of the line that's already there. And you can do a lot of things with auras. We won't visit all of that in this video, but It is a concept, and it is very important, a central concept of the Zentangle Method. Maria Thomas, the founder, one of the founders, says, when in doubt, when you're drawing, aura. So an aura is just a parallel line. Right. See how that works? And it's cool because you have now drawn behind your hearts, right? I'm going to put a little bit more of a center here. All right. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put some orbs in here. And I'm going to put a big orb in here and punch it up against the sides of this heart. So we're just going to kind of squish it in, right? Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Put another one in here. Right? No barking, Tangle. Mommy's working. Well, that one's kind of like a squished balloon, but it'll work. Okay? Then the next thing is we're going to ink the insides of this in all of the little extra spaces, right? So we call those interstices. That's just a fancy name for blank spaces. Although I have been thinking about doing, thank you, Tangle. I have been thinking about just doing, seeing how this would look with straight lines in it, but I think I will go ahead and maybe I'll do that on the other triangle. We'll see. When you do them large like this, the beauty of that is you have a lot more options to do things maybe differently than I would have if I was doing things on the small, like in that grid that I showed you. And when they're large, you have the area to do it a little bit more carefully with a lot more love, and so that's what I'm trying to get to today. Hopefully my head's not in the picture again. No promises. Thank you guys for coming back today. It would help me tremendously if you wouldn't mind giving me a like or especially a comment. I've been gone so long that YouTube forgot about me completely. And so I'm not ranking in search for Zentangle or Inktober or anything else at all. So it would help me tremendously. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Anyway, it would help me tremendously if you guys could like and comment on the videos. That would be lovely. So this is just something I did because I wanted to, and I'm just going to try it and see if it works. Because I can. It's my art and I can. Okay. So how have you guys been doing? I wanted to talk to Polly Heiselman. Polly, thank you for your comment yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. I just want you to know I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry that those lives were taken from you. But I am so happy to see your art and how you've progressed and how you feel about that. And I'm glad that you will now have the ability to live your life a little bit more freely and with a little bit more less stress. And so God bless you for all of the time and caretaking that you gave to your loved ones and the kitty, poor kitty. So I know that is a tough transition to make, and you know that you are loved in this group, right? Right, girls and boys. So we have a Facebook group we call Zenders, because my kids always watch my videos to the end. Maybe not always. Some of them are weird and they watch them more than once, but I love them too. I love them more. Keep watching. I figure if enough of you guys watch and interact with me, eventually they'll let me into search again. It's terrible, but I'll survive. Remember, and I'm reminding myself, that if you move your pen in little circles, that's better for your nib. And the ink seems to flow better. But do what you need to in the space. I don't like this. I'm going to black it out. That's why you try stuff like that, so you'll know. And when we shade, we will shade these little orbs like they're little pearls, and they will look really pretty, hopefully. Except this squished balloon one down here. So I want to hear from you guys, especially if you're new. I want you to leave me a comment, tell me who you are, where you're from, what language you speak, whatever is important to know about you, and that way I will get to know you through comments. That is the best way for me to know who you are and to interact with you, because I think we can all agree, can't we, Zenders, that Cyndee sucks at social media. I do go in the Facebook group every now and then, although, yeah, not so much lately. So I do want to apologize to you guys for that, but I especially want to thank Nancy Pierce for keeping the group going and being my light at the end of the tunnel. I appreciate you, Nance. If I say that every day on a video, hopefully you'll believe by the end. And I want to know more. Thank you all for your welcome backs and your love and all of that. I have missed you terribly. I have missed working, actually, and my monthly income misses it too. So I need to get my act together and get going. So if you guys can leave me a like or a comment, those really help the YouTube search engine sort of know what people are reacting to, and maybe I'll get suggested again. I used to be mostly suggested videos. Now I'm nothing. So in the step out, this is just a 2-prong little thing, but on these big ones, I kind of like to put a little bit more depth in there at the center, and yeah, since we have the room. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so now on the other side, I am going to do about the same thing. So maybe push this down a little bit. All right. Bye, puppy. Oh, there goes the tablet. We'll have to leave it where it is. All right, so. Okay, that's not so bad. Started a little further down that time, so that worked out. Okay, now I'm adding my inner aura, hopefully without my head in the frame. You guys' patience with me is astounding. If only I were as patient with myself as you are with me, that would be amazing. Take your time, especially those of you with tremors. The YouTube translation, or the caption, you know what I'm saying. They always call it tremors, like, you know, trimmers for a mustache or something. Tremors. Now, I can change these orbs up and do something different in here. What do you guys think? What could we do differently? I could put these little triangular auras in until we don't have any more space anymore. I could fill them with Tipple, which is smaller little orbs. Ooh, that's a thought, isn't it? What do you think, guys? Should we try a little Tipple? Let's just let's just do, I'm going to start with a nice big orb, and then I'm going to do some orb drawing behind, so leave it overlapping just a tiny bit, sort of like this. Yeah, and then we'll ink in all these little spots. Just do something a little different, and if you have a different idea, I encourage you to try it out. That is what we're all about. This will be fun. I'll like shading this. There. Okay, yeah, I like it. Now I'm thinking about doing more up here in the edges. So, what do you think? Just fit them in wherever you can. If they disappear, that's okay. Happens to me all the time. This pen is a little bit too juicy for this kind of work, but that's okay. I like my pens juicy. And I'm thinking about changing up the inside of these hearts. Maybe do something a little bit different in there. Maybe aura the inside edge of it. That sounds like a fun thing. I hope your shaking is doing okay today, guys. Those of you that trimmer along with me, tangling with trimmers, we should make that hashtag go viral. Ooh, I like this. I'm gonna like this. This is gonna be fun. Just put a few up here. Okay. Put a nice big center in there. That will hide all of my messy strokes over here. When Tipple is shaded, it's so much fun. It makes such a great fill. And these are just orbs and inking around them. In the interstices. There we go. All right. Here we go. Let's fix this edge a little bit. Got a little bit messy. There. All right. I really like that. Really, really like that. Now, I think in these hearts, I am going to try an inner aura. Not too tight and not too big. like that. What are you kids doing? Are you wagging your little fuzzy tails? Don't start with him, Tangle. I'm almost done with my video. No shenanigans, bub. The puppy's about to try to start something with Simba. And they are loud when they play. Okay, so I like this. I like this. I feel like this center should have something, but I'm not sure what. So I really like this. So let's shade a little bit and then we'll be done. I don't have my good pencil today, so we're gonna have to go with the flow. So of course we're gonna shade in here towards the center. And I'm going to shade around my petals here where the tipple is. Then I'll come back and shade those separately. Boys, not right now, no. Thank you. Puppy, no. Mommy said no. He's so rotten. In case I haven't mentioned that he's rotten, he's really, really rotten. This is what Simba does when he plays. He opens his mouth really widely, and the puppy sticks his whole head in there. And Simba makes this noise. It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing. Except then the puppy starts circling him and jumping across him back and forth. He's crazy like that. And yeah, it's and then River barks constantly while they're playing. So it gets loud. So thank you, pup. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hi. Hi. Are you saying hi to the people? Are you saying hi? Are you saying hi? Are you? Hi. Hi. Okay, well, love break. Love break. He pounces like a cat. It's scary. It's scary for me because my skin tears so easily. So, little rotten. Go on. Go on. Okay. Mommy. So, let's blend this a little bit. See where we're at. Just a minute, pup. No, don't interrupt. Mommy's busy. No, you may not eat my art. Get away. I will hurt you, dog. I won't hurt him. That's why he's so rotten. Okay. All right. Here, let's do this business. I'll probably add a little bit more here after a bit to really darken that inside bit. I love shading. It's so much fun. It's just like your art comes to life, right? It goes from yeah to wow. Well, hopefully. That's my goal anyway. So the shading around these will pop them up off of the background and make it look more 3D. Although I probably shouldn't shade on both sides. I don't care. When you're shading Zentangle, you can do what you want. I'm just saying. There are no rules for shading in Zentangle. Just do you. Which is kind of freeing, because then you can't get it wrong, can you? That's a mess. I'll come in with my lily eraser and get some of that. Take care of that. Okay, so now make sure you blend those out. You don't want any lines in your shading. You just want a nice soft blend. And I'll tell you guys, like I always do, that if you really want to learn amazing shading, you need to get some lessons from any Oaken, or even better, join Art Club with me. Art Club is amazing. It is a great value. And yeah, Annie is second to none in teaching. She is amazing. So yeah, it's my plug. AnnieOaken.com. Yeah, ENIOKEN.com. Check her out. She's great. Okay, just pick up a little of that stray graphite. Now, let's do, okay, so how I do this is I just make a little crescent moon shape of graphite on one side. You don't go all the way to the edge. Just a little crescent moon, and when we blend this out, it's going to pop those up and make them look sort of pearly. And so on these big ones in here, I'm also going to do some of this just to make them look a little bit more 3D, right? There's not a lot of them that I can do this with. And of course you want the shadow side to all be on the same side on all of the orbs, because otherwise, you know, work with me, guys, work with me. Just a little bit. You don't want too much, because then by the time you get around, you've got so much on your pencil or on your tortillon that, yeah. Okay, so then take your tortillon and just blend this a little bit. Maybe a little bit of white there on the edge. There. I'd have to lift some of that graphite. I got a little too close to the edge on that one. Okay, so not bad. Just a hint. We'll cause these to look a little round. We're not trying for perfection. This isn't photorealism. This is just, we're just giving an impression here, right? Now, for the inside of these, this heart thing, I'm thinking of just using some shading, some shading on the inside of this line that we arid in on one side, and see what that does. Let's test it out. Sometimes you get stuff right, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. I'm usually a nut. Yeah, I like it. Whoop. Oh, okay, not that much. Okay, let's do it again. It just gives a little dimension, I guess, to that middle part, makes it look a little bit more interesting. And of course, if you want, you can use color or anything else. Okay, blend this out. Make that center portion look just a tiny bit 3D. I like it. I'm tempted to put tiny little floating orbs in here, but I haven't decided yet. So if on my finished piece for the thumbnail image, if it has little orbs in there, don't be surprised. I could even do them in pencil if I wanted. Yeah. Now, the pièce de résistance, if I can find my pen, which is an open question. Tangle, you did not take my pen, did you? Because, oh, there it is. It wanders. All right. So now I want to draw an aura around this whole thing, trying not to wipe my hand over all of the graphite in here. And if it's wiggly like mine, it's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. I think that'll just tie it all together very loosely. There we go. Now, I rather like this. That's kind of nice. I'm down with it. What do you guys think? Drop me a comment. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know who you are and where you're from. Tell me what's going on in your life. Share with me so that I know who I'm talking to every day, right? You guys are so loved and so important to me. I just want you to know how much I appreciate everything you do for me. Don't forget to like and comment. Get me back in the search engine. Much love, guys. I'm going to see you tomorrow for Sunbelt by Jody Genovese, and I will see you then. Bye.